Welcome to Awakening Warriors, where we talk about life, love, lessons, and learning.
Take two.
So we haven't done one of these in a while. It's been quite some time at this point. So, get back on the horse. Document, because she's going to be gone here, and then I wanted to do one right before my run, and there's a lot that's gone on in the past couple months, so. But anyways, you were telling us about.
Yeah, so I'm doing 75 hard. My last day is Thursday. And for those who don't know, 75 hard was created by Andy Frisella. At a point, I don't know his full story, but he was overweight and unhealthy and not feeling great, and so he needed to revamp his life. So he created this challenge program, and so it's 75 days. There is no alcohol. You gotta drink a gallon of water. You have 2 45-minute workouts, one being outside, a progress picture every day, and follow some sort of diet. So, yeah, I'm almost done. I'm probably day 70-ish. Yeah, probably day 70 today. No, 71. Either way. So yeah, that has been fun at this point. It's just routine, I feel like. In the beginning, though, I felt like I was tired, and it was kind of an inconvenience. And some days, it's still not super fun to get that second workout after work or something, but it's now just become part of what I do, so it's not as mentally annoying to me, I guess. I haven't weighed myself since I started, but I've definitely seen some changes in my body. I got abs now, a couple, just 2 up top. I noticed just definition, different muscle groups and parts of my body have just toned up and have more definition. And I've also realized, because before 75 hard, I was working out 3 to 4 times a week, maybe 5. And there were days where I was taking those rest days where I was letting myself off the hook because I'm oh, I already did the 4 days, it's fine. And now I realize I can still work out every single day, even if that workout sometimes might be a walk on a Sunday or something, but I can still get movement in my day, because if I just did 2 workouts for 75 days, I have no excuse to not get 1 workout a day moving forward. And I just feel better doing that. I don't know if I was an internal conflict, but I would not work out as much as I wanted to, or not work out as hard, and then feel like crap because I was cheating myself basically, but then I was still just perpetuating those crappy decisions. So this has helped, I think, just shift that mindset. Yeah, I think it's also made me realize, because diet, and I know this, but we eat pretty healthy, or usually, but I'm still, after 75 hard, my plan is to do the 80-20 lifestyle. So 80% clean, 20% you still eat your stuff. I'm really looking forward to some ice cream and a waffle cone. I want to have a couple beers. There are some things that I'm looking forward to as far as that 20%. But definitely still want to rock that more healthy diet and lifestyle.
Did you mention you had to read 10 pages a day on top of
Oh,
this?
no, I missed that one. So yeah, read 10 pages a day of a personal development or self-help type book. So there's 6 things.
So I've attempted to do 75 hard a couple different times. Once was back in 2020 when COVID happened, and we had my nephew. And I got to day 20, I'm guessing. I can't remember honestly. And then I ended up because he was being snooty, and he tried to steal a cookie, and then I, of course, in my ego, basically ate it in front of him.
Was trying to rub it in his face.
Yeah.
And then I was oh shit, I just had a cookie.
I literally take a bite and swallow. I'm fuck, it's game over. Because it's it's supposed to be, operating within the thing, that's how it is. You're operating within the standards that you set, and if you break your own standards, then, you fucking restart. So, and then I started my journey with her, because if, she's doing it, I might as well be there and support her and do it, because now it's the easiest time to do it.
In the midst of his 100 training. So that's why I also was like, now's a good time for me to do 75 hard, because he's already focusing up and like training and doing this stuff. So I was like, let me do my thing. And he was like, oh, I'll do that too.
So I got to day 37 and I forgot to take my progress picture. And then I probably went for another week or two after that, even after the fact that I forgot my progress picture. And then I came back from Jersey, and then that's when it all fell apart for me, like hard. Because even in Jersey, I was still doing all my stuff. I was still taking my progress picture. I was still doing my double 2 workouts. I was still reading. I was still doing all those things. And then after Jersey, because there was I don't know, there was just a lot of like mental stress and physical stress, and so I think I just crumbled. I just fell apart after I came back.
Which we need to circle back to what, and we will, but your 40 miler and then Jersey. So it was like boom, 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 boom.
So when I was doing my 75 hard, it was a task, because I would have to go out and run for 2 hours in the morning, depending on how long my run is. Sometimes over 3 hours. Like I'd have to go out and run for 20 miles in the morning for over 3 hours, and then I'd have to, go work at B&B, and I would have to do like a fucking kettlebell workout there, and I'm just trashed already because I just ran 20 miles. So I'm still proud of myself to a certain extent. I'm sure I could have finished it if I put my mind to it, but my heart wasn't into it even when I first started, so I'm pretty proud of myself for even half-assing it. Like I would commit to the workouts, I did all the disciplines, but I wasn't like, oh yeah, I really want to do this. I was only jumping on the bandwagon essentially, because I was like, fuck it, it'll be a good opportunity for me to support her, and it'll be, like fucking good for me overall. And eventually, I just crumbled. So some weeks I was running, I think my biggest week was like 68 or 70 miles or something like that, in that general area. And so on my side of things, in regards to training for the 100, we'll just start out the first time I went out to the Black Hills. So prior to that, I'd already bumped up my training compared to what I did the first time I ran my 100, because I knew this was going to be much tougher. And then I was like, let's go for a little test run. Let's, run out to the Black Hills, and we can check out the trail, and we can fucking drink. And that's about when 75 hard started. So this was like because that was our last hurrah.
Yeah, because you ran, and then we went out that night, and then the next day, or no, not the next day, that following Monday was when we started.
So
this is like 10 weeks ago or so.
Yeah, I went out and did my 27. I was planning on 30, and because of aid stations and I pussed out, I only did 27 miles of the 30 that I originally wanted to do. And so, but it was brutal. It was excruciating. It was fucking miserable. I was in way over my head. But that showed me what I was in for, essentially, because the first 100 I did was relatively flat. There's not a whole lot of elevation, and it was a road running thing, a road running course. So you can just literally mindlessly, you don't have to think about where you're stepping. You can just kind of zone out and just carry on. But when you're running a trail, like one, there's 16,000 feet of elevation in this particular trail, and then two, trail running is a whole different animal. Like, and I underestimated that. Like, I was falling. I ate shit numerous times. So, I mean, so...
And you, know that in theory. Like, trail running's different. Trail running, requires different things. But then when you actually are out there doing it, you're like, oh my God, I am not prepared for this.
Yeah. And I'm still, the trail running, I feel much more confident now. So I went out and did that, 27 miles, and then... ignorantly, I was trashed. She picked me up and I was fucked. I was like, man, I'm struggling, dude. And my ankles hurt, my knees hurt.
He like probably didn't have proper nutrition while he
I
was
didn't have
running.
proper nutrition.
He didn't have
I
proper
ran out of
nutrition
water.
beforehand.
Yeah, it was fucked. So then we went out that night, of course, because that was our last hurrah, and so had a great time. It was fun, and then she started 75 hard that following Sunday. I started with her.
Monday.
We started.
Sunday I recovered.
We started. Excuse me. So yeah, I went to day 37. She's currently on day 75 right now.
71.
Whatever, 71.
75 means I'm done.
And
Thursday.
so in between, I was like, okay, so on the way back from that run, we came up with a game plan because I was like, fuck, dude, I need to do that again because I need to go back and I need to get some confidence. So I bumped up my running, I bumped up my training. I'd do 12 miles in the morning, and then I'd do a 45-minute incline walk with, a 50-pound vest or 15-pound weights in each hand or 20-pound weights in each hand, and just like at fucking 15%. So like I can develop my muscles so they weren't gonna get tired going up this hill constantly. So those 37 days I was fucking hammering. I did a lot of work. And so I ended up going back on that way back from that 27 miler driving home. We determined, okay, how far am I out? Where can I do another test run? So then we figured, okay, I need to do another test run approximately 6 weeks out. They say for every mile that you run, it takes about a day to recover fully from that run. So if I run 40 miles, I need 40 days to recover till I'm fully recovered. So
the plan initially was to do the 52 or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna do the 52. Yep.
So the race is to Sturgis to Silver City and back. So the idea was if I run to Silver City, I'll have an idea of the entire.
Yeah, the entire train.
Course.
So there's about 12 miles that I'm not aware of yet, but I'm not too concerned about it. I talked to the dude or a guy that I met on the trail, and he said, "Don't worry about that. It's pretty flat." He's like, if you can make it through to where I made it, he's like, you're fine. And I said, all right, sounds good. So I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna cut it short. I cut it short a little bit. So instead of 52 miles, I did 40, which was fine because 52 miles I was not gonna be theoretically fully recovered anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was okay with dumping it back a little bit.
And you knew where you were at. When you finished that 40, you were like, if I needed to, I could.
Yeah.
Tough out these 12 miles.
Yeah.
I feel fine. He was still jogging. It was so impressive. It was such a different run compared to your first one.
Yeah. The first one I did, I was severely undertrained. I got to mile 34 and I was on the side of the road crying, not knowing what I was going to do. Had no fucking clue how I was going to make the next fucking 65 miles.
Even just your run 6 weeks prior. You were a totally different human. Mm-hmm. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Every time I met up with him at where the aid stations are, he was still just jogging. I'm like, oh my gosh, yay, this is good.
Yeah,
because he was dying the first time I saw him.
Yeah, the first
time he ran out in the hills 6 weeks prior.
Yeah, that I was trashed. I wasn't prepared at all. But now I feel pretty good going into this 100 because of how well I handled the 50. I know it's going to be fucking grueling, and I know it's going to be gut-wrenching, just an absolute dogfight to get it done. I'm concerned about the second half, really, just because.
But we're going to have things in place. You're going to have, you can have a pacer, which could be me, or potentially a friend of yours is thinking about coming out. You can have your walking sticks, which you need to order.
Yeah. So, going into this, I'm pretty excited. It's always fun to go on an adventure like this. I feel like most people don't challenge themselves, and because there's so much uncertainty in a 100-mile race. You could have a lot of things go wrong. I mean, you could have a lot of body issues, your gut. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be up for.
We've got a 34-hour cutoff, but he's hoping to get it done. What'd you say? 30? You're hoping to get it done in 30?
I'd like to see 30, 31. Yeah, but we'll see.
It's a lot of steps.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it's 105 miles in total, and it's got 16,000 feet of elevation gain. So, if you're not going up, you're going down, and usually you're going up. So, it's pretty crazy. So, we're literally 2 weeks out, less than 2 weeks out from this now. It's weird because I feel like I've been fucking hammering the mile so hard, but then after my 40 miler, well, then I left to Jersey and I was recovering because I couldn't walk worth a fuck after that 40. Or I couldn't run. I could walk.
So you were like moving fine.
I could walk,
it wasn't
but
quick.
yeah, I could walk just fine, but running was pretty rough. So then I had like 20 miles that week, and then I had like a 37-mile week after that, and a 47-mile week after that, and then a 20-mile week after that, which would have been this past week. So it's definitely interesting just because I've been training and running so hard. And
For months.
Yeah, and now I'm supposed to be tapering off, which is good because my body definitely needs it. But yeah, I'm just at an awkward stage because mentally I'm kind of checked out as far as this goes, and I kept saying I'm starting to get better, but like the week after the 40 miler and then probably last week, I've just been very checked out. Like I can't fucking, I don't know. I'm not showing up, so I don't know.
Which there's a lot of factors contributing to that. Like you did the 40, so then you were recovering, and then you were gone, which all is just weird. But then like you said, like backing off, I'm sure it feels really weird because you were just like balls to the walls for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, every Saturday I would go out and fucking run 20 miles. Every Saturday morning I'd get up and I'd be on fucking hitting the road by 6 a.m. and then I'd probably get off the road about 9:30. So
which is a really good thing we weren't drinking.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. And that's, fucking 75 hard, you doing 75 hard affected my stuff, just as much as it did yours. So, but yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how many people do this and how many people finish and how well my day goes when it's time to show up. I've got a lot of aches and pains right now just from the past 5 months of training, and so
yeah, just gotta be open to the experience.
Yeah, for sure.
As much as like it's a possibility for things to go wrong, it's also a possibility to have a really great run and a really great like experience. Well, all of it will be great. You just gotta be open to it all.
Yep. And then Matt might come out, so we'll see. And that'd be cool if he came and paced me. That'd be a good time. So, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now as far as everything.
You also, which I don't know how much of it you're allowed to like share, but joined a coaching group, or we did.
Yeah, we joined a coaching group, so he's helping me develop a company to scale, because most of my companies right now or businesses are not like scalable. So it'll be all those companies will be within that one company and be holding them to some degree. So that's exciting. Scary just because the investment cost is so substantial. But
yeah, definitely the most we've ever paid for coaching.
Yeah, for sure. By far, we paid a lot of money in coaching over the years, and I feel like it's definitely paid off because you've come a long way. So
I really have.
You're welcome.
I've done great work.
You're welcome. You don't even need to thank me. You're just welcome. So yeah, we got the fence up. That's been
it's just like a little side home project, but that's been awesome having it up.
Yeah, it's not done. I'm like one of those people that get things 90% there, and then I'm not really a detailed person. I'm a big picture person, and right now it's usable. So I'm like, man, fuck it.
We just need to finish the gate.
Yeah.
But all of our animals can use it and go outside, and use the yard.
Yeah.
It's great.
Saw them close and everything. So
I got my pool up.
Yeah, we started the top hat cabinets. I had to, so when I acquired it, half of the building was on heat, electric heat, and the other was on boiler heat. Well, because we didn't have the electrical upgraded, I couldn't switch the other side to electrical heat. So I had to kind of postpone it because the boilers, the heating source was where I need to put my cabinets. So now that it's warm, I could obviously shut the boiler down, and I ended up starting to rip that out, and placed the cabinets in, and I got one room done of 8. So we just picked up more cabinets today because they were on order. So now we can go full force there, and yeah, so.
I hit my 1 year anniversary at my workplace. I just popped in my head. Which we've talked about that before, but I really appreciate where I'm at. So that was, I don't know, cool. I guess just to think about it being a year is crazy.
I finished a 500-page Tony Robbins book. That was nice to have that finally fucking finished. Jesus. I think I'm probably slightly behind now. I'm probably like a book or 2 behind at this point. I'm not sure, I haven't looked, but that one definitely slowed me up because it was so big and so
much information.
Yeah, dude.
Like per page.
Yeah, I read some of it to her, but I took some good like concepts out of it. So one of the things he tells a story about how he's standing at the motel or the hotel, and how his worker was supposed to have him checked in, ready to go, but he didn't, and then the guy at the counter was being really slow, and how basically he told him that, how this is, what do you say? This really makes me peeved. The way how long this is taking or whatever, and the guy looked up at him and he smirked, and then Tony smirked, and how the fact that can change the dynamic of the whole experience, essentially. Because
the vocabulary.
Yeah, because the vocabulary. Because if he would have said irked, I'm so fucking irked, or I'm so pissed off, or
even irked is funny.
Yeah, yeah, irked has slightly, but and what brought him to that thought pattern or that realization was, he had 2 other partners in this deal, and how they all got the same news at the same time at the lunch, and then how the one guy was fucking furious, and he felt like he got power because he was so mad, and that's where power comes from. And then I forgot how Tony Robbins was. He was kind of irritated, and then the other guy was like, not a big deal, it is what it is, and how they all had different words that attached to their experience, and how each of their experience and reaction and attachment to that, the same news, was different. And so, I don't know, he put it in a really good perspective, essentially.
Read the book. What is it? Awaken the Giant?
Yeah. So, that was, and then values, which I still haven't done. Kind of putting in your values so you kind of understand yourself more, and you can change the order of your values and such.
Priority.
Yeah, priorities of your values, because how your values intertwine with each other, it can affect each other. So if you have one here and one here, and then you don't know which one goes above each other, then you can't determine how you're supposed to respond to that particular experience. So, because you don't know which comes first.
Our values influence our actions.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was definitely some good quality things. And I don't even know, if I do, I will do. I'll do a Facebook post on it, but, I thought about doing one halfway through.
Probably should have.
I know, I should have, but I just never got to it.
Because if you don't know, he does little, recaps of nuggets from his books when he finishes them.
Things that kind of stood out to me, things that, excuse me, I need to work on as an individual and such. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting every book you read. So
Yeah, except this one that I'm on. I'm looking forward to getting through it because it's like I give it 3 stars. It's not great.
Dude, there's been a lot that went on in our lacks of doing this. Let's see.
What else? You gotta look at a calendar, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't have my planner in front of me. So.
I don't even know when the last one was that we did.
Long fucking time ago. Probably 3 months min. Let's see. We really gotta start doing like little notes before we do these.
Yeah, that was also recommended in a training we were on, like to prepare or like have. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, life lesson here. A executed plan is better than the perfect plan that's not executed. So, sometimes you just gotta wing it and do things, but
Right.
so that's kind of where we're at again right now. So at least we have something to share and post and encourage and whatever else. So
an update, especially because even we've talked about this, but partially why we do this is for us, and we've both been in this time of life where we're doing stuff and prepping for stuff, and we didn't even really document it.
Yeah.
So getting one in before your race is good. Getting one in before I finish 75 hard is good.
Yeah, because then you can document after the race and after 75 hard, So, one of the really shitty fucking things about doing 75 hard, which I'm like, fuck that, was trying to get enough calories, like, for your fuel. I feel like that fucked me a lot during my training to slow me down because I was trying to eat clean. So I wasn't having any like really normal desserts or like I wasn't eating bread and like fucking it's much more challenging to get good or much more challenging to get food or calories or fuel when you're like really watching what you're eating. If you can just slam whatever, God, dude, so much easier.
Well, yeah, especially because with your training, like,
so much
in theory,
easier.
your dirty calories would be burnt up anyway.
So exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, because I had to bring in 3,600 calories a day, 400 to 500 carbs a day, and I wasn't getting my carbs, I know that. I was trying to eat rice, but, like, you can only, like, force feed yourself so much rice so many times.
You did potatoes for a little bit.
Yeah. But it was tough. So now that I basically she's about done. So now I'm just like I'm slowly working back to kind of like eating slightly shitty.
For real, this guy had like a full gas station breakfast the other day.
After my normal breakfast though. Didn't I have a normal breakfast first?
No, you
I
had
had a snack of breakfast.
Yeah, I had some sort of breakfast before I left the house, and then.
I think I ate my leftover breakfast from the day before. I ate
Oh,
one of the bowls.
Yep.
So I had some breakfast. It just wasn't whatever. But
And then you had 3 cookies at the little 20-year anniversary thing.
Yeah, dude, I swear.
Jeez.
And I didn't even run the past 2 days. I haven't done shit the past 2 days. So, like, fuck. I got in like 23 miles maybe this week if I'm lucky. So, I haven't done anything. But, yeah, that was definitely the biggest challenge for me for doing the 75 hard within the training of 100 was the eating and making sure that I was sustained with fuel because it's rough. Like,
and I was like, this is I'm doing this for me. Like, you don't need to do this. You're already doing something crazy. You're like, yeah, that would make me that much harder. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm fucking happy that it gave me a lot of purpose to do 2 workouts a day because before I was doing 75 hard, I would pretty much just do my 1 run. But for the, I don't know, however many days, I think I probably made it to like 45 or fucking 50 something, like for the 2 workouts. And even now I'm still doing some days I'm doing 2 workouts. Just not every day.
But like getting lifts in.
Yeah, because before I would just run. I wouldn't lift and run. So I would, try to do a 45-minute workout, a lift in the evening, before you got home or right when you got home to, accommodate that. Or I'd do 2 incline walks a week, which like my first training I'd only do 1. And I would carry 8-pound or 10-pound dumbbells thinking I'm a fucking pimp. And now I'm carrying 20s. And now I'm going heavier incline because I would only do a 10% incline. Now I'm doing fucking 15. So it definitely, like, I think that if anything, like, that's going to have pushed me over the top to get this workout done. Or this fucking,
this really long workout.
This 130-hour workout done. So, just fun. So, I think that's it for now. That's a quick one. A quickie. Let's see. Alright, well, no reason to ramble on. You got anything more? With your nasty, hairy shirt?
I know, I noticed. You can't really see it on the camera though, but I noticed that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so hairy. When did you start out Great Plains?
I don't know.
Have we talked about that?
No, but we can save that for the next episode.
Okay.
So, I feel like we hit so many different random topics because...
That's how those life update ones are, I feel like.
Yeah, but still. We need to start making points. And we're going to start doing points. We'll do that throughout the week. We'll just make a point to fucking take notes on things that we need to talk about. There was a couple of times, there was something... Because remember, I was like, we can talk about that on the podcast or something. It was about your attitude or something.
you say remember? That, though, when, like, I'm, like, in a mood, and then you're like,
no,
we can talk about that.
Do you remember, though?
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what the fuck it was about. Because it was a pretty good example. You're being really mean to me.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I was like in a mood, having a situation, whatever, and then like, cause I said something about, like I had an insight, or was like, well, it's because, or like something, and you're like, oh, we can talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah, it was because you had an insight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I forgot what the insight was. See, we gotta write fucking shit down. I don't think I wrote it down in my notes. I don't want to test anyways right now, but I'll look at it later, so.
We'll get better, hopefully.
Yeah. We'll definitely get better. And more consistent again, so. Because we won't do one this upcoming Sunday, because she's abandoning me. But we can talk about that later. And,
the next Sunday will be the day after your race.
Yes. Yeah.
He's learning to roll his R's. We're practicing Spanish.
Yeah, I'm like 150
days.
40 some days or something.
Yeah, 150 yesterday.
So, yeah.
Okay, I feel like we're rambling.
For sure.
All right.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please visit us at bullseyesandbirdies.com.
bullseyesandbirdiessd.com.
SD.com. Oh, shit. Feel free to ring the bell. Oh, you're supposed to do 2 asks, right? 2 asks.
Subscribe. And what do you want the other one to do?
And share this video.
Okay. Those are 2.
And then, if you got value out of it, if you just thought we're rambling idiots, then just text her and tell her that, she's a buffoon, so.
You just got a life update.
Alright. See ya.
Bye.